Good morning, friends. Happy Friday, or whenever you're watching this. I got my cat here, just sitting, heading to the chiropractor right away because I threw my back out last weekend. So funny. And it was hilarious because I was going to do a live yesterday because I was off. My kids were sick and I couldn't find what they did with the live button. Facebook keeps moving buttons. It's in like the post a photo area now, like on Instagram. I was like, I can't do lives anymore. I wanted to talk today about what happens to our physiology when we hold on to emotions, when we don't actually allow them to release and transcend them. So the reason being is my daughter had a bit of a meltdown this morning, and I've been there too. It's like I used to shut off and not understand. I was so disconnected from my emotions. My emotional intelligence when I was a child was young because I was a child, and then I grew up taking that into day-to-day life. So I would either get angry, I'd get resentful, or I'd shut down. I was always the shutdown, or I'd get really ragey. And so why we need to feel emotions and go through that whole emotional cycle instead of shutting them down and feeling shame about them is because when we don't, that energy gets trapped in our nervous system and in our body, and it creates these self-limiting beliefs in our mind as well. So it becomes a catalyst. So if you think you have all these little catalysts in your system, so when you're triggered externally or you sit on a certain feeling, you will have it come up more and more, because what we know what we think about consistently, what our dominant belief systems are, we create more of in our 3D reality. So if we have all these trapped emotions in our being and we're sitting with these the subconscious background going on, like this narrative that's not serving our highest best purpose, these emotions are like a magnet for more of that like energy. So as we release them, as we transcend them, as we forgive ourselves and others for, this happening, as we step into our power, let go of that victim mentality that somebody else is hurting us, we release that. And I understand that there's times where it's very, very difficult because there are a lot of things that happen to children that shouldn't happen to children. And it's not their fault that that's happening. But as we get older, it's our duty to ourselves and our soul to release and heal these things that we've been through, and not let ourselves become a victim of more circumstance, because it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy if we think we're a victim. One of the biggest things that I learned is when I was truly on my journey, and at the beginning of it, I was like, oh, I'm a survivor, I'm this, I'm that, and I've talked about this before. And one of my healers said to me, he's like, Becky, if you say you're a survivor, you're asking the universe to send you more to survive from. So I shifted at that moment. Instead of saying like things can't get any worse, I'm a survivor, I'm tough, to saying I'm powerful, I'm empowered, I am the creator of my reality. Because these little changes in words and mindset make a huge difference in the way we view things around us. When we shift our consciousness and become consciously aware of what we're creating on a daily basis, and consciously aware of our thoughts, consciously aware of our own healing, consciously aware that we are perfect as we are right now, we have no choice but to become that. It's like the saying, the can'ts. I always tell people, do not say I can't. Don't say I'm trying, say I am. Because when you say I'm trying, you're coming from a place of lack. When you say I can't, you're pretty much defeating yourself before you've even begun. So start saying I am this, and you will find yourself stepping into that. You'll find circumstances coming into your life, that the steps to get there, that bridge of incidents. And it's so powerful when we do this. Like when we become so aware of these limiting beliefs that have really, really kept us from our highest purpose, our highest timeline, our most exuberant self, our most joyous self. We understand that we've created all this. We need to stop blaming other people. As adults, we need to stop blaming other people and teach our kids and the young ones to take their power back young, because we have generations of people who have demonized others. And I'm not saying, like I said before, there are circumstances that are horrific that we have no control over. But really, what is the only thing we have control over? Our minds, our thoughts. And yeah, I love you. I just wanted to share that because I went through that this morning, working to empower my child because she feels like she's been disempowered. And I'm like, kiddo, you create everything in your mind. And when we run from our emotions, when we run from our fears, when we run from our thoughts, our subconscious limiting beliefs, it's like that monster that lives under your bed. And the more we run from it, the bigger it gets and the scarier it gets and the more fearful we get. So just let that monster out and be like, hey, I love you, monster. We're going to go through this. We're going to love ourselves a little bit more today. And we're just going to step into that freaking queen or king energy that we are, the empress or the emperor, and be like, I freaking got this. I am the operant power. I am the creator. And how do I create? By loving myself a bit more, by changing my self-concept, by knowing that I can do anything that I want to do. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of effort and persistence. It always does. Anyway, I got to go to the chiropractor. Have a great day. I'm sure I'll come back on later. Bye.